Captain Insano shows no mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
What a game! I would say an instant classic. I'll put it up there in that category. It got exciting at the end. It wasn't like a dog fight, like back and forth as much. It was kind of a defensive battle, if you will. Mac Jones, you got to give. He is the losing quarterback, and the Bucs did win, and I'm going to give them a lot of credit. They do need to step up in certain situations, the Buccaneers, but for the most part, I felt like they did what they had to do to win. They controlled the ground. That was something that I was surprised that they stuck with. I thought they were going to try to attack more through the air, but it just seemed they threw 43 times, 260 for 269. Tom Brady had 22 completions. It just wasn't working. He wasn't hitting with efficiency his receivers with the way you would like Tom Brady to hit his receivers. Leonard Fournette was really the guy. I felt like he should have had 10 more carries. I just felt like Leonard Fournette should have got a lot more carries. They couldn't tackle him. They couldn't bring him down. The Bucs snuck out of here with a win, but I just felt like they left a lot on the football field. Looking at New England, it's just a tough one. It's just I felt like they did everything they had to do to win this football game. We're gonna bring Ben in. Ben, I felt like New England had it. I felt like they did everything they needed to do. 56 yards in the rain with a bad plant leg. You heard Collinsworth talking about it. I was like, man, fourth down, try to go for it. Maybe you were doing enough. I felt like you still had momentum even after that third down pass got knocked down. I felt like the New England should at least try to go for it. You just don't, even if he did have that streak, that was his longest, and he's hurting. I think and in the rain, I just think you got a little desperate there at the end and tried to win it. I felt like you needed to get at least 10 to 15 yards closer for Nick Folk to be really, locked in.
Yeah, that was like a 50-50 call. It's like if he wouldn't have went for it and they got stuffed or didn't make it, now it's like, oh, you blew the game. But, I just got to say Mac Jones played his ass off.
Oh, he played his ass off.
It was his ass off, man.
At one point he had 19 completions in a row. That they said that matched Tom Brady. I'm sitting here like, damn, dude. You got people questioning Mac Jones, to start the season, and this guy's just consistently beating
with Tom.
Yeah, he just neck and neck with Tom the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why there's this hate for Mac Jones. There shouldn't be hate after tonight because the dude was 31 of 41 or 40, 275, 2 touchdowns. He did have a pick.
He did. Can't really say it was fault. It was tipped.
Right.
So he played a hell of a game. He made some good throws. He kept the chains moving, and it was just like, man, he was kind of shredding that defense, and he kept going, and he was not afraid to go at Richard Sherman's side.
Right, and they had no intention of running the football. The Patriots did. They were just beating them short. You know what I'm saying? It was they were working play action. They were showing running formation. They were under center a bunch of times, but they were just I hope Matt Nagy's watching this game because this game was just all about the coaching for me. You got Tom Brady out there, but Bill Belichick coaching, Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians coaching. The way that the coaching battle played out tonight, I just felt like that was more entertaining than what was going out on the football field, other than what Mac Jones did, because Mac Jones just continues to be he continues to outshine all the rookie quarterbacks, and that's including our Justin Fields. Maybe it's a situation. Maybe it's a situation, but he's doing it, man. Like he's consistently week in and week out getting better. You're seeing the progression.
Josh McDaniels, he can work with the best of them. But I got a question for you. Do you think that the Patriots are missing Sony Michel?
I mean, not if this is working.
Because White went down, and they supposed to have a plethora of running backs, but
they
I
got to
think
find a guy they trust. They got to find a guy they trust. You'll see it. You'll continue to see it. They're going to find a guy that they trust. Continuing throughout the season, they're going to find a guy that's going to end up getting the majority of the snaps. Right. That's going to end up being the guy that they trust to run between the tackles, trust giving the ball in third and short situations. They're going to find that. And if not, I mean, if the game plan is go short, go short and try to mimic a run game through short passing games and checkdowns. I mean, it worked tonight.
Well, it worked for Tom Brady when they didn't have no receivers, when they had all them young boys and they was doing that same thing, so that's a game plan that shit tonight that worked.
They hit their running backs out of the back. Let's see. Damian Harris, 2 receptions, 30 yards. Bolden, 6 for 51. It was just that was pretty much it. I mean, they hit the tight end. Hunter Henry had a touchdown. Jonnu Smith had a touchdown. They hit their tight ends in the red zone. But just the way that they were using their running backs, without having to really. Nelson Aguilar had the most rushes tonight off of one carry. One carry for 4 yards. So, that just goes to show you they're doing something. Like they were willing to sacrifice losing the battle up front in order to go ahead and beat them. They were trying to beat that pass rush by just throwing over them.
Yeah, and I mean, they had it going. But I was sitting here laughing when Tom Brady took off for his 6-yard run.
Yeah.
Once he hit the ground, it's kind of like he opened his eyes after he hit the ground like, I'm alive. I'm alive.
Yeah, he's like, holy crap. Like I moved. Like I didn't get laid out.
Right.
and honestly, but the way when he took off, I'm like he's moving, like he doesn't look like he's broke, right? He doesn't look like he's like, old man. But it just doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's fluid, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't look.
It was like slow motion, like was it Steve Austin, the Bionic Man? He was like, that's all you needed was the music behind him.
Man, dude, he was running in molasses or something, but he ended up getting the first down. He ended up diving for the first down and picking it up. And I mean, that play was huge. It got him down there. He ended up kicking a field goal. Look, I give a lot of credit to Mac Jones. Like I know Tom won tonight. I know it's right now it's about Tom, but man, dude, like the Pats were there. The Pats had this game. If they were able to just, man, that third down, and they weren't really good on third down. I think they were just picking up 22% of their third downs tonight for the Patriots. But if you could just convert that, it's game over. I feel like it's game over. You convert that, you could just. Because I think it was about 6 yards. They had a false start. No. They were just. It was just about like 4 or 5 yards away, and they ended up getting it knocked down by Levante David. But just picking that extra first down, I just felt was it. That was it. If you pick that up, if you're New England, Nick Folk makes that kick, and you go home happy. But it just didn't work out that way. And Tom Brady's smiling in Foxborough tonight, and I just. Man, you like this game. I felt like this one is an instant classic. I felt like you have a lot to look forward to in Mac Jones if you're New England. Just a tough loss. It's just a tough loss, man. Just a tough loss.
And it just adds to Tom's storied career, going the return as they call it, going back to Foxborough and winning, man. But you said it earlier. It was a chess match between the coaches, and that was good to see. I really liked it because, man, they was going back and forth. The defenses that Steve Belichick was calling up along with his dad, but they were calling up different type of, and it was frustrating. Evans was getting mad on the side. They was frustrating them a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of missed tackles. There was a lot of for the Patriots defense. They were stifling Evans. Like I felt like they gave Evans some problems. I felt like the referees weren't bailing him out either. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they let him play for the most part. Penalties for the Patriots. That one going down, man. If he would just time that jump right, you know what I'm saying? When it was on that far sideline, I think it was a linebacker covering. If he just timed that jump right on Leonard Fournette, it might be a different game here. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be New England going away with this. We're probably picking up another touchdown.
Right, and Tom was not afraid to go at Jones once he was a little hobbled with that cramp. He was going at him, and Antonio Brown missed 2, but that last one, that could have been the game in story fashion. If he'd have caught that one in the end zone.
Yeah, no doubt. Dude, I'm tired. I know we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go to bed, get something to drink, go to bed, watch.
I started smoking the cigar so I can stay up with you, man. Lefty and DY, they still at the spot kicking it, man. So
he said he had a couple more drinks with him. So I was like, man, I'm sure they're gonna be over there kicking it for a minute. So, thank you for helping me out tonight. Thank Lucky and everybody. I hope they're having a good time over there. We're gonna get out of here, man. Tomorrow, we got Raiders Chargers. It's gonna be a good one. Hope you could join me. Hope everybody could join me. We're gonna be chopping that one up around 5:30 because I got What's Up Cuz right after that. I'm sure we'll be talking a lot of Bears.
I got 2 fantasy players that Hebert and Eckler that I'm rooting for to get me a win.
Well, I think I'm pulling for the Raiders in this one. I kind of like the way that they're playing. I like Derek Carr. Like I do like Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr as a quarterback. I like him as a dude. Like just he seems like he's the type of guy that you want to root for. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with the Raiders tomorrow. A little spoiler for everybody. But hey, man, that's gonna do it for us here. For Ben Maul, I'm Ivan Vargas. This has been the All Day Football Show. Y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Captain Insano shows no mercy. No mercy. No mercy. No mercy. No mercy.
Straight cash, homie.